Hello everyone, VanguardOfValor here, back on board the VSS Artistry. We've got Dali, Picasso, and Monet on board, as well as Charlie the Mantis. We've got a fairly good arsenal, but then again, we are using the Zoltan B, so we've got 2 ion blasts and a pike beam already. We've got up to level 2 shields now, which is very important, and we're building ourselves up to turn this into a ship worth fighting with. So, we're in the Zoltan homeworlds, and let's see what we can do. Let's jump over this way. It's funny how little blue options there are for the Zoltan. A rebel ship approaches us cautiously, saying, "Personally, I'd have stuck with the Federation. But I'm a soldier, sir, and I'm no use without a war to fight. Raise your shields." Well, at least he's honorable about it. But they do have a halberd beam, and a basic laser, and a teleporter, so we're going to need to pummel these guys quickly, otherwise we are going to get beat up badly. So, we're going to hope he misses a lot with that laser, because otherwise we're going to get murdered no matter what we do. And we're going to hopefully knock down that shield with a combined ion blast salvo. It's going to take one more shot at least. Oh, and our auto fire is offline for some reason. Not good, not good. And hit him again, and you missed. That was not what you needed to do, game. That was not at all what you needed to do. Now I can't do a darn thing unless we get through there again. One more hit, and now they're boarding us. Unfortunately, they boarded into the room with our Mantis, so that's the best thing that could have happened to us. We're going to fry right across these rooms, hopefully knock out the halberd beam. Nope, but now they can't get to our shields anyway, so it's not much of a problem. Their human boarder Davian should be going down any second now, thanks to the fact that Charlie is a Mantis and loves killing people. We can fry them again with a pike beam in a second, and they try to surrender, offering us 2 fuel, drone part, and 18 scrap, saying they can't believe how well equipped we are. However, we're not interested in that paltry offer. We will not accept their surrender, and we go in for the kill. Also, we should be killing them any time now. We're actually going to send Charlie over to medbay early to go get healed up, because there's no reason not to. They can't miss us with a beam weapon anyway, and we kill them while we wait. The ship explodes, giving us a missile, a drone part, and 26 scrap. Not brilliant, but not bad either. Send Charlie back to the helm, power back into the engines, and we'll save onto this money, I guess. We have a store over here and it's just beacon up ahead. We're going to go to the store and sell our healing bombs, although there's probably nothing else we'll want to buy with that money. The Zoltan are fascinated by other species, we learn, and have set up something of an alien knick-knack shop here. We decide to take a look inside and see that they're offering plenty of systems and plenty of augmentations. We sell the beam drone and the healing bomb, because we don't need either of those, and we buy the scrap recovery arm with it. Cha-ching ching! Takes a while to pay itself off early in the game, but later in the game you get a lot of extra money from that thing, so it's definitely worth having one of. I had a bit of change of heart about one recently after seeing how effective they were. We'll buy up another 5 repairs, and now we're looking a little bit better off. Let's jump ahead and keep on fighting. An additional laser weapon would be wonderful. We arrive to find a lumbering Zoltan freighter with no one at the helm. It's a mystery what happened to the crew, but it'd be a shame to let the opportunity go to waste. We gather 3 fuel, a drone part, and 34 scrap. Alright, free stuff. Can't say no to that. Now, where do we go from here? Let's jump this way. I suppose we can work our way through that cluster of things over to the exit. Here we find a Zoltan ship waiting at the beacon. They request our identification, but radiation from the sun of the system is disrupting communications. They take our silence for aggression and move in to attack. Well, you guys are not the best at this whole peace thing. We've got a double heavy laser over here, heavy laser Mark II, that's going to fry our Zoltan shields very quickly. If we're lucky, though, the fact that they have only a fire beam as their alternate weapon should mean they shouldn't do too much damage to us, although I just noticed our oxygen's still offline. I thought we actually had the free power to do this with, but apparently we do not have that amount of power. That's not so good. We'll have to buy power bars. If I had known already, I could have bought the power bar earlier, but I was not aware of the problem. Leave that on there. Leave that locked. Pike beam up through those core systems, dealing 5 damage very quickly. Now the fire beam is offline, so they are completely harmless until we get that back powered up. Okay. If we're lucky, we'll be able to pike beam right across those systems again and kill them without any interference. And yes, that is in fact the case. Down go the Zoltan. The ship explodes, leaving behind a fuel, a drone part, and 23 scrap, which we happily take. So, time to buy that power bar. There we go. Power into the engines like I thought we had in the first place. Much better. Then we can jump around this way and head out. That'll give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 jumps, which should be plenty in that amount of time. And if we don't have that many, we can always reduce. Now what do we have here? Our ship is hailed. We receive an automated message saying that resisting their takeover is pointless and we should prepare to die. These rebels are obviously automated, so we're not too worried. They do have some hefty weaponry though, so if we can't take them out quickly, we are going to take a beating. So we power up the ion weaponry and blast those shields. Hopefully they miss a whole lot. And there's one miss, that's better than none. If this misses, that'd be great, otherwise they're taking us down. Yes, down we go. Also, we managed to miss them, meaning that our ion beams do not take out their shields, and they managed to power them back up, which is probably the worst possible outcome at the moment. Here comes the ion blast again. And it hits us. That's unfortunate. Come on, guys. There we go. Systems offline. Hit them right across... Actually, not that side. Hit them right across the other side, so we hit all 4 systems. We take a hit in the doors, but we do manage to knock off the dual laser, which should mean they can't hurt us anymore. Should mean that. Because they only have the potential to do 1 point of damage and 1 point of shield damage, and since we have 2 shields, we should be okay. One more fire of the pike beam should take them down completely, and they are getting less and less dangerous as time goes by. They keep hitting us with those ion blasts, though, pretty consistently, which is a little bit unfortunate, but down they go. Laser takes them out. Ship explodes, giving us 2 fuel, a drone part, and 28 scrap. We got a bunch of extra scrap now, so we're probably going to use it to upgrade some of our incidental systems. You can go and repair those doors by yourself, Monet. In the meantime, let's look over here and see what I mean. We're probably going to buy level 5 engines. Kind of got to buy level 5 engines. But then we're going to buy our doors and our radar, most likely, so we can see what's going on the enemy ship. We buy this, this, and this. We can buy doors right now, which would be good to protect us against borders, given that we have a hard time dealing with borders anyway at this point. Oh, that was bad timing. I think I just made myself have to do a whole other repair, because I upgraded this one, and then that one repaired. That's unfortunate. Oh well, means Monet gets a little bit more repair experience. There we go. Fantastic. We have a store over there, so let's avoid that as much as possible for the time being, since we have no reason to go there and no money to spend. Here we arrive at a Zoltan research facility, who are researching genetic distortion. Well, let's participate in their study and see if nothing goes wrong. After we calmly line up for the Zoltans to take their readings, they thank us, offering us 15 scrap and some stiff cakes. Well, thanks for the cakes, gents. Let's keep on going. Yes, we shall indeed. Is there anything at this lovely planet? Yes, there is. A small shuttle appears on the local radar, which appears to be a rebel scout. Well, they got rockets, and they got that's a burst laser Mark 1. Nothing too scary at the current moment. It's a Leto missile as well, so it's only going to do 1 damage if it hits us. But we should still be careful. Yes, indeed. If we can take them out quickly, that would be ideal. Come on, there we go. Fire right across here, take out one of their weapons. And it is the 2-shot laser, which is best. Now they're going to have a hard time doing anything to us. We can casually sit here and blast them with our pike beam, and they will go down without too much trouble. Too much trouble. And they still have 1 point in their weapons, so they will get to hit us at least 1 more time. As long as it hits the overshield, I'm not worried, but if it does manage to hit us, it misses again. Fantastic. It would be unfortunate if they took out those Zoltan shield and managed to hit us before they went down, but that did not happen. The ship, wow! Ship explodes, leaving a substantial collection of useful scrap, including a fuel, 2 missiles, 26 scrap, and a burst laser Mark 3. What do you know? Talk about free arsenal. Alright, well if we ever get that thing turned on, this will be a weapon of mass destruction. I'm not sure if we're going to keep it or if we're going to sell it, because it's very valuable to sell as well, but that's a powerful weapon right there. A weapon and a half. So how many jumps do we have left? We got 1, 2, 3 jumps? We can probably go 1, 2, 3 at least. We can choose to go to the store or not in a minute. Here we go. We're surprised when a stationary Zoltan ship opens fire. It appears there are aggressive pugilists even amongst the enlightened. Well, we'll have to bring the fight to them then, won't we? They do have an ion weapon though, so this might not be a good thing for us. Hopefully they miss a lot. Although that's really hoping a little bit too much. We do have fairly decent evasion though, so if we get lucky, they'll miss a whole bunch too. And miss. Oh, there goes our Zoltan overshields. There goes all kinds of bad things for us. We really need to hit them quickly and knock out that burst laser, otherwise this is going to hurt a lot. Come on. Oh, you missed them, really? That lets them recharge their shields again. They missed us, though, so we got off pretty lightly there from that first salvo from the burst laser. Now, if we can hit them 1 more time, I'll be able to pike beam them and hopefully take out one of those weapons. There we go. So let's fry right up those 5 rooms. And it's the ion weapon that goes offline. Not ideal, but definitely definitely better than nothing. One more salvo should kill them, and we should be good to go. So let's fry them with a deadly pike beam. Death by fish lasers. And I know it's not a pike fish, it's a pike spear, or whatever you want to call it, like a halberd. They're all named after medieval pole arms. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap, including a fuel, a drone part, and 30 of the metal itself. How much space we got left? We got enough for 2 more jumps? I don't think so. Let's jump to the distress beacon though, because it's more likely to be more valuable. And since we're not planning on selling the burst laser right away, let's see. We find the source of the distress call, which happens to be a small research station, who are under problems with fire. Their fire suppression system is not responding at all, so we decide to dock and try and rescue survivors, since we don't want to send our crew in, risking them getting killed. We locate the highest concentration of life forms and bring the ship alongside the station. Before we can begin to offload them, however, a huge blast shreds the station apart. Our ship is thrown away and some debris pierces our hull. We watch helplessly as the survivors are consumed in the collapse, but we do manage to gather 18 scrap from the wreckage. So I guess that's profiteering or something. We could go to the store, but we're not going to have time to get there and the exit, so we jump to the exit. Alright, what have we at this spot? We arrive at the long-range beacon where we discover a large asteroid field nearby. Short-range scanners may discover useful materials while we wait for our FTL to recharge, but we can also use our scrap recovery arm to mine the asteroids. I've never actually seen this option before. I guess I don't buy the scrap recovery arm enough. Let's try it. Let's attempt to mine the asteroids. We carefully extract as much usable material as possible from the nearest asteroids while waiting for the FTL to charge, gathering 35 scrap in the process. Wow, that's pretty cool. Cool indeed. That actually gave us 38 scrap because of our scrap recovery arm too. So we got the bonus of our scrap recovery arm on a bonus that came from our scrap recovery arm. Okay. Cool beans. Now what are we buying next? We could buy level 3 shields. That would probably be the best plan. And then we'll save the rest of our money to power up our weapons. Yes. Yes indeed. Let's power down... Power up that, power 1 in there, power out of the engines, done. Level 3 shields are now online. We are even better defended than we were before. Let us jump to Sector 4, which is a slug home nebula. That could have gone better. This could be bad. Alright, we're told the slug homeworld is somewhere in the nebula. We can't see them, but we know they're watching. Alright, this appears to be a run full of homeworlds. 4 areas in, 2 homeworlds already. However, before we go any further, I'll be right back. I gotta get a drink of water. Ah, that's better. Alright, back to the action. Let us jump around. We can jump up. Holy nebula, Batman. It's only bad over there, but oh, is it gonna be bad over there? Let's see if we can't make the best of it before we get into that nebula mess. We see a civilian space station with heavy damage. We receive a message saying that they've been hit hard by the war and need more drone parts to speed their repairs. They offer to buy some from us if we have extra, so we agree to sell them 12 drone parts for 48 scrap. Done. No problem there. They thank us for our business and we thank them for their scrap. And we're going to buy an extra level of oxygen right now, because the slug homeworld has a tendency to knock out your oxygen control by 1 level, so if we have an additional level, they can't suffocate us to death as easily. We're also going to buy another power bar to put into the engines, and we are good to keep moving. So, we're going to jump over this way now and head into that big nebula. Oh boy. It's rare for the slugs to stay exposed in open space for long periods. This ship may be lost, or just passing through, but either way, he moves in to attack. Well then, slug, hopefully you're ready to fight, because here comes some ion weaponry in your face. Aw yeah! Blast him with the ion blast, blast him with the second ion blast, and hopefully combo him into next week. Unfortunately, you missed, which is not what I wanted to have happen. You missed again! 2 firebombs hit us, both of them miss us, thankfully. Better than nothing. Hit him though, guys, come on, you can't be doing this to me now. There we go, now we pike beam across the core systems, knock out one of the firebombs, which is better than no firebombs, but now we are going to get hit, and that's not going to be fun. If we can help it, no, we can't help it. Thankfully, the second firebomb misses. If we can pike beam across there, we will be fine, because the burst laser cannot do any damage to us. Fire beam across there, and they try and surrender. They offer, "You have bested us," they say. "Will you accept what's in our stores in exchange for our lives?" We can offer to let them live, or not accept their surrender. Now this is a thing, because if you let them live, sometimes you'll get very nice things from them, or the possibility of getting the slug cruiser mission. I'm not really sure what to do here. Let's let them live and see what they have. The slugs are notoriously untrustworthy, but let's try anyway.
Here, we have lots of fuel. Take it all.
They give us 6 fuel and that's it. Well, that's a pitiful showing. I was hoping for something a bit better than that. Alright. Well, that was unfortunate. But we did need some fuel, so I guess I can't say it's all bad, but it's mostly bad. Alright. That's unfortunate. We'll keep jumping. We find our way into the nebula, and what do we have here? Our sensors are no match for the slug's telepathic abilities. A ship we never even saw opens fire from astern. Alright, well, they don't look like they can do too much damage as long as we can keep our shields up long enough to knock their weapons offline. Their beams shouldn't be too much of a problem because they can't penetrate any shields. We have a mini beam and a pike beam there. Oh, they took our Zoltan shield out really fast. The burst laser can't actually hurt us. The only way it can do any damage is if it happens to knock out our shields at exactly the right time for the beams to hit us. But I don't think that's going to be happening, honestly. I'm not too worried. Let's fry them, and they want to do the same offer, accepting what's in their stores in exchange for their lives. Unfortunately, guys, I just did that and got burned. I'm not doing it again. We will not accept your surrender. You are going to die. My generosity only goes so far, and you, my friends, have pushed your luck. And that means that you get to explode. Yes, indeed. I'm not letting you get away twice. And down go the slugs. Nice try there, buggos. Ship explodes, giving us a fuel, a missile, and 25 scrap. Alright, not fantastic, but not bad either. We're actually going to spend this immediately on power in case we run into an ion storm. We want all the power available we can get. Yes, yes indeed. Let's keep jumping though, see if we can't make some progress in here. Zoop! What's at this spot? There are a few more vicious beasts in the galaxy and the slug with his back to the wall. The faltering ship at the beacon disables our doors and then charges fire weapons. They plan to burn us out. Well, they disabled our doors completely, so whatever. Thankfully, they have probably a firebomb and a fire beam. If we get lucky here, we should be able to knock them out before they can do too much damage to us. But the lack of door control means we can't vent them at all, and this really could be bad for us. We have no way of dealing with fires, really. We have Zoltan and Mantis. Both peoples suck dealing with this kind of problem. They missed us with a bomb, though, so that's good, as long as the beam doesn't do too much damage to our shields, which it undoubtedly will. There we go, 2 more damage. We have, like, 1 second left to knock them out before we're in real trouble here. We have to hit that bomb with our pike beam immediately. So, let's fry up through there, maybe? There, good. Bomb's offline. That's the dangerous one, because the beam can only hurt us if there are no shields active, which, if we're lucky, won't be the case. And the odds of them being synced are also not that high. Yeah, are they going to be synced? No, they're not. We're safe. Okay, and we fry up through the weapons again, keeping that bomb safely offline. As long as this is offline, we should be okay. We can take our time with the rest of our damage. We can take our time with the rest of our damage. I think he just shot one of my ion shots. And they have 1 health remaining. They could run if they wanted to, because we haven't been able to damage any important systems, but they're not going to, which means we get the kill. And a pike beam to death. Nice try there, slugs. Nice try. Alright. The slug ship breaks apart and our systems return to normal. We get 2 missiles, a drone part, and 25 scrap, and gather on. So, what do? What do? We have 43 scrap left. I think what we're going to start doing is powering up our arsenal. But, until then, let's buy another power bar, because you can never go wrong with having some spare power bars in a nebula like this. These guys are advancing a little bit slower than normal, so we have a lot of jumps left before we have to get out of here. So let's explore a little bit. And by explore, I mean run directly into dangerous things, but that's okay. A Mantis attack ship here looks to have been hunting slugs on their home turf, a rare test of honor for the mightiest Mantis crews. We prepare our weapons. They have a hefty weaponry. They've got an Artemis missile, they've got a dual laser, and a halberd beam. That's definitely not ideal. There's not a lot we can do about it either at first. If we can knock out the missile, we'll be okay, because the halberd beam and the dual laser aren't too dangerous together. Odds of them actually being able to hurt us are pretty low. But if we can't knock those systems out, we will be in a lot of trouble. Hit them with the beam. Ion blast, guys. Our shields are down. We need to hit them right now. And they boarded us, and our weapons just took a hit. A big hit. That's looking really bad for us. Suffocate them out, please. We are in a lot of trouble here now. We may just have to run. We're probably going to have to run. We're running. We can't survive that fight. Not with our weapons offline to start with, and a boarding party on board. Our ship emerges quite far away from the beacon. We see a rebel ship waiting nearby, undoubtedly stationed to look for us. They have 3 shields, and we're still boarded. I have to remain concealed. The ship spots us and gives chase. After some quick maneuvering, we are able to lose our pursuers in the clouds, however. We still expect they warned the fleet of our position. That's no good. We'll suffocate those guys out of the medbay, fix the damage to our weapons. Keep suffocating them, please. They've gotten out of the main part of our ship now, though. That's not good. Keep suffocating them. We need to get... Ugh, man. Taking a hit in the weapons is not good at the moment. Okay. Charlie, you can kill one of them, can't you? Okay, you're gonna run into the shield bay now, so they're gonna suffocate still. Lovely. We're gonna close the doors to the med bay, so you can go in there and heal in a second, and that guy should die in a moment or two. There he goes. Okay, close those doors. It's too bad we had to run away from the fight, but I'm not crazy. I'm not gonna fight people when there's no advantage to me to do so. Especially not when it risks dying. So we're going to send people into the medbay to heal themselves up. Power back into the systems we need. That was a hefty shot, though. It actually did 3 damage there, I think. So it wasn't an Artemis missile after all. Unless we just got really, really unlucky somehow. Send Picasso back over to weapons. And Charlie... Oh, the power just came out of the room, of course. Power up the medbay. Send Charlie back down to the helm. Alright. With the next money we get, we are going to be buying another level of the weapons bay to make sure it gets well protected. We have plenty of time in here, but I don't even know if I want to be in here. The slugs here use a tactic we'd hope we'd never see. They sabotage our oxygen production system and then charge fire weapons, hoping to suffocate us. Thankfully, though, we have improved oxygen, so we can try to squeeze some extra power to the system. Boop! Thankfully, our improved subsystem is able to counter their hacking enough to keep the life support barely functional. That should keep us alive, at least. So, that's what I was talking about. That is exactly when we bought that second layer of oxygen. This looks like a scary ship too, though. These guys are getting more and more and more dangerous. We got fire bombs, most likely, mini beam, a ion weapon of some kind, and a heavy laser. So as long as we get lucky here, and they don't do too much damage with those initial shots... Well, a fire bomb blocked against our Zoltan shield, and in fact, since it doesn't do any damage, it didn't even hurt the Zoltan shield. That's pretty cool. They have knocked out the shield now, though, with that ion weapon. Come on, guys, one more hit, now I can fire back. Good. We're gonna hit them right across there, I think. Hit them in the engines and the weapons. There we go, knocked out one of the beams. That's not exactly what I was hoping for, but it's better than nothing. Now, as long as they can miss some more. We do have level 3 for most of our crew. Shields are probably not level 3, and they did just hit us with the firebomb in a room. Get those rooms vented, folks. Alright. Pike beam up through those core systems again. Excellent. It's going to take 2 more salvos for us to kill them. Well, we should be able to handle it okay, as long as they don't firebomb another important room. No, they missed. We're okay. It's going to take 1 more salvo after this, unfortunately. They have 1 health remaining, like jerks. But we should be able to tank it out no problem at this point. I believe the fire has gone out, so I'm going to close those doors. The firebomb gets 1 more chance to cause havoc and sets fire to our medbay, so we'll vent that out as we kill them. Done like dinner. The slug ship breaks apart and our systems return to normal. We collect what we can, including 2 fuel, a drone part, and 29 scrap. Excellent. We're actually going to turn off the oxygen temporarily to vent that fire out faster. Once it's gone, we'll be able to turn the oxygen back on at a higher speed. Go out. Go out. Okay, it's out. Turn on the oxygen back to super speed, and we should be good to go back in there and fix the room. So, get in there, gents. Fix our medbay, please. And this is why I don't like Nebula. Everything in here is out to kill you. More so than anywhere else, as far as I can tell. Dolly back in the shields. Picasso back in weapons. Power up the ion blast once again once you get back in there. Good, good, good. Power out of the oxygen. We do not need 2 power bars in there. We do need a backup power bar. 1 more scrap than I have. Okay. Okay, I can handle that. I can handle that. Let's jump over here, and then we'll work our way up this way, and that should be us out safely. Ion storm. We haven't hit a single ion storm here yet, which is very unusual. There are a number of small stations for travelers in the area, lit up by guiding lights and advertisements. Only slug ships are docked, so we decide it's better to avoid a confrontation and steer clear. So we don't do anything at that spot, unfortunately. Let's keep jumping then. If we get lucky here, we should be able to find something good. Nope, nothing here either. Either this part of slug space is deserted, or it's too dense for even slugs to detect our presence. It's time to keep moving. So we do that. We do just that. What do we find here? Another nothing. It's not unusual if you're paranoia in a slug-controlled nebula, but for once, it's unfounded. And this is why I hate nebulas. That's 3 jumps in a row with literally nothing there. There's nothing I can do about it, there's just nothing to gain. Here we go. A slug ship, a rogue we suspect, approaches, but when he sees we're Federation, he thinks better of a sneak attack and fires everything he has. Well then. Everything he has doesn't look that dangerous, honestly. I don't think he can hurt us. He's got a heavy laser Mark II and a pike beam. Those can't get through level 3 shields. So we can just chill out here and slowly beat him to a pulp. Using our staggered ion blasts, those shields will be no match for us. This will be a slow battle again, just like last time, but we will get them in the end. It's too bad there's no easy way to get more than 4 rooms on this ship design. Is there? Because we can get 4 like this. We can get 4 like that, or like that. 3, 3. No, I don't think there's any way to do it. If we were attacking from up here, we can get this whole line. That's only 4, though. I don't think it can be done. I think 4 is the best we can do, so let's fire across those rooms. There we go. Now they really can't do any damage to us, and we can just sit back and relax as the computer kills these slugs for us. Their oxygen is out, their weapons are down, and their helm is knocked out as well, which means they're going to have a hard time dodging our ion blasts. Of course, they're not out all the way, but they're definitely out enough to make it uncomfortable. Alright. Hit them with a pike beam again, folks, and zam! They have 1 health left. They also want us to accept what's in their stores for surrender, but honestly, I've gotten enough nothings. You will not be accepting your surrender, gents. Sorry there, sluggy boy. I'm not interested. Hit them with a pike beam, kill these suckers, and let's get out of here. This has been plenty of time to waste in a nebula. Fry them with a pike beam, zonk, and down goes the slug cruiser. Ship explodes, giving us a missile, a drone part, and 25 scrap. Like I said, there are good things to be had from that random event, but I am not interested at this point. I want some metal because we're low on scrap. A huge slug teleports from nowhere onto the bridge. Before we can open fire, however, he spread his wares across the helm and is brandishing things at us. Things, yes. We could buy a teleporter here. That could be interesting. We could sell our burst laser for another 55 scrap, but that seems like a waste, honestly. Until we have something else we'd rather have equipped, we might as well hold on to it, because it could be useful later down the line. What do we even want, though? What do we even want? I guess I just want some fuel. And a couple cheap repairs. That'll do. Probably that's all we want. Yeah, and now I'll use that remaining money to buy power up for our weapon system, so a single shot doesn't knock us offline. And we jump to the exit. Marvelous. What do we have here? Nothing is in a nebula, of course. This long-range beacon is hidden within the nebula, so there's nothing there, as always. And we'll jump onwards to Sector 5. We have some thrilling choices here. Zoltan-controlled sector, or a Zoltan-controlled sector. Well, let's go to this Zoltan-controlled sector. Here we go! Zoop! And we arrive. Safe and sound. The Zoltan patrolled our borders, but let us pass when the ID is Federation. Let's hope they won't be so courteous to those rebels. Yes, indeed. Well, we're here, and that means we have to stop here for now. Thanks for watching, everyone. This has been Vanguard of Valor on board the VSS Artistry, the Zoltan Cruiser Type B. If you've enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like the episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.